Hello, this is Rick Anderson explaining the Maths for Science spreadsheet. This is about 400 questions over about 25 topics. This particular tab, the first one, just an introduction, explains my philosophy that on the web there's great quizzes, but I like to do it in Excel just for a change. It's sort of old school, like vinyl. Because people can edit these themselves and add to them. A lot of people know Excel skills, but not necessarily web skills. Why Maths for Science? Because so much of science, GCSE, and we cover maths, physics, chemistry, physics, biology, and the maths in them. And so much of these science topics these days, the new 9-1 syllabus especially covers maths. You have a lot of maths related questions. It's not difficult maths, but unless you've seen it before and practiced it, you might be thrown in the heat of an exam. So it's a good way to practice. So over here on the right, I just show the where you answer the questions, type in ABC or a click or enter a piece of data, get an immediate response, immediate feedback as whether you're right or wrong. And then down here just how to edit. So if we just look at one or two of the tabs, so if I want to start the quiz off again, I just press reset, and this just starts off with general science experiments, and this is maths in the wider sense, you know, describing variables, whether you want independent, dependent or control variables and which is which. In this one, you know, I'll just click there and get a correct. If I click there, I get an immediate feedback of wrong, whereas the number of bubbles is correct. So you can see roughly how it works. If I move on to, physics, this is a crossover into maths. You could just as easily get this maths question, couldn't you? And so you could just as easily get it in maths GCSE, but it could be in physics GCSE. And so it's just a little example on speed, time and distance. Correct answer. Physics, solid liquid gases, slightly different way of entering data, and units of measure and formula and so forth is so important, isn't it? And this is identifying the correct formula for a particular term. So if I look at density, and we know that's mass over volume, if I enter E there, I should get a right answer, and I get a confirmation of what the formula is. And move on, electricity, waves. So waves, I like to introduce throughout the spreadsheet, just little examples from real life, and this is the Ultima Thule, the planet, and just a little question about distance and time it takes the signal to get back and convert it to standard form and so forth. And if I just go back to that one, radioactivity, so graphs feature in GCSE Science an awful lot, and this is an example on radioactivity and a graph. So this one is chemistry, atoms, mole and mass, and it's in maths in a wider sense really. Anything that involves a number could be in my spreadsheet, and so a neutron's charge and relative mass, and we're obviously going to have neutral charge and mass of 1, so I'm going to put C in there and get the right answer. So it's maths in the widest sense, anything that involves a number. So I'll carry on clicking through, and I'll go to this one here, air and water, and so there's questions about percentage of air, in nitrogen, with nitrogen, CO2, etc. A pie chart, how to interpret a pie chart in terms of the composition of air, and wider questions in maths about this particular topic. Anything involves a number, and a number even could be a sequence. Sequences are in maths, and shapes are in maths. So here's something about the shapes of carbon allotropes and which is the right shape. And I'll carry on quickly to biology. We're now on to biology, a little bit on DNA, and let's just pause here. Probability comes into biology, doesn't it? Especially into genetics. So there's quite a few questions on the probability of carrying a disease or showing a disease, for instance. And in this one, I might put answer C for a particular sort of combination and get a correct answer there. And then just moving on, maybe one or two more. Food chain. This one is heartbeat, and we'll finish on this one. So this is the table for heartbeat, age in years, male, female, and there's a little bit of a classic maths for science question where we look at some numbers for heartbeat, and we have to say, well, which is the mode and median, and clearly that's going to be 58, which in this case is answer C. Yeah, and we get a correct answer. But there's also things about percentage change. Percentage change comes in a lot, and we look at percentage change between the 63 and the 60, and of course that's 5%. And if I want to start again, I just clear everything, and we are able to start the quiz again. Okay, thanks for